This is video point 3.1. We were talking about public servants who could be found guilty of felonies for failing to do their job in protecting the citizens or a citizen or more as to fundamental constitutional rights, depriving them of fundamental constitutional rights under the color of law of their position. Well, who has a position that has a color of law? Let's start with the one everyone knows. Rodney King got beaten up for maybe some 120 seconds or less, and 4 cops, maybe a sergeant, were out there, and they were tried in Simi Valley for doing it, and they were found not to be guilty. Was the case over? No. That was just for the assault and such. The federal government has that statute I just sort of quoted, the deprivation of rights under the Constitution, under color of law. They brought most of the same defendants into federal court. And what happened? Well, I think there may have been 5 there. I'm not really certain. But I do know that the 2 that did the most of the beating got convicted. And maybe there was a 3rd guy who didn't think he could be convicted because he didn't beat. He just watched it. And maybe 2 others that just watched it. Well, at least 2 may have gotten convicted. But actually, one of those others did get convicted as well and appealed. So it is possible, at least, that they could be indicted, tried, and convicted. Let's see. Let me do some research and see how the appeal went, and get back to you as to whether or not police officers had best not beat up people, particularly black people, because the federal government only seems to respond when it's minorities. But I believe the statute may well apply to everybody. You have to read it carefully, but it applies to most everybody. And they could, if they wanted to, have it apply to actual citizens of the U.S. as well as aliens of the U.S. And they don't mention whether or not they have to be legal or illegal. So that's the topic for point 2, is how did the police case turn out on appeal after being convicted, and who it was, and what he said, and so forth in his appeal, and why he should never, according to him, be convicted. So it is important that we abide by our duties. An Attorney General who says she's going to investigate might have a duty to investigate, having said so, and at least to make it appear as though there was an investigation rather than a cover-up. Might have. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. That I went into yesterday, but I can give some legal education on the next tape. Till then, Ken Mapper, fight the corrupt, investigate the corrupt, indict the corrupt, prosecute the corrupt, and incarcerate the corrupt, and for the moment only notice the corrupt, says, till next time.